final season of Stranger Things is almost here, and before we step into the last chapter of Hawkins' biggest nightmare, there are crucial mysteries, emotional storylines, and unresolved threats we need to revisit.
Come get me, you sons of bitches!
So today, we're diving deep into the 20 most important things you must remember before watching Stranger Things 5, because every one of them shapes the final battle for Hawkins.
Let's end this, kid.
So, welcome back to Proo-fessors, and let's begin. The D&D Connection.
It was thought, but Vecna lives!
From the very beginning, Stranger Things has used Dungeons & Dragons as a narrative backbone for everything that happens in Hawkins. What started as a fun game in Mike's basement slowly became the roadmap for the entire mythology of the Upside Down. The boys didn't just name the monsters after creatures from their campaigns. Those names reflected real traits and weaknesses. The Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer, and eventually Vecna himself all parallel their in-game counterparts. As we head into Season 5, this connection matters more than ever, because the story now resembles the final stage of a D&D campaign, with the party preparing to face its ultimate villain. The importance of music. Season 4 revealed one of the most unexpected and emotional twists in the entire series. Music has the power to break Vecna's grip on his victims. Max's near-death escape, thanks to running up that hill, wasn't only a dramatic moment. It was a rule of the Upside Down that redefined how the characters might fight back. Music tied to strong memories acts as an emotional anchor, pulling victims back from the brink of psychic death. It could be the lifeline that saves them again in Season 5. Dr. Brenner's fate.
Are my family.
Dr. Martin Brenner, the man responsible for creating 11 and manipulating Henry Creel, appeared to die in the desert after being shot multiple times. But Brenner's story feels too important to simply end there. His experiment shaped everything: the psychic children, the rift to the Upside Down, and the origins of Vecna's power. Even if Brenner truly died, the fallout of his work remains woven into the fabric of the story. His research, recordings, other test subjects, and years of government involvement could return to haunt our characters in the final season. Secondary characters with growing roles.
This is not a common symptom of rabies, but if you start having hallucinations or muscle spasms, or you start feeling really aggressive, like you want to punch me or something, then you should totally let me know, okay? Yeah?
I kind of want to punch you.
Sense of humor still intact?
Over Seasons 3 and 4, characters who began on the sidelines have grown into essential members of the fight against the Upside Down. Erica Sinclair evolved from a sarcastic little sister into a fearless strategist who cracked Russian codes and helped in the final battle against Vecna.
I'm sorry, why is this 4-year-old speaking to me?
I'm 10, you bald bastard.
Erica!
Just the facts.
She's right.
Murray Bauman transformed from a quirky conspiracy theorist into a surprisingly effective fighter, fluent in Russian and brave enough to take down Demogorgons with a flamethrower. And Robin Buckley, introduced in Season 3, became a cornerstone of the group thanks to her intelligence, emotional depth, and bravery in moments of absolute chaos.
It's locked. Should I knock, see if anybody's home?
No need. I found a key.
These characters are no longer side additions. They are integral to the final war for Hawkins. Joyce and Hopper's relationship. Few relationships in Stranger Things have carried as much tension, heartbreak, and slow-burning affection as Joyce Byers and Jim Hopper. After losing Hopper at the end of Season 3, only for him to be revealed alive in a Russian prison, Joyce risked everything to bring him home. Their reunion was emotional, long overdue and deeply meaningful. But Season 5 won't simply hand them a happy ending. The emotional scars of Hopper's imprisonment and Joyce's trauma, combined with the absolute chaos consuming Hawkins, mean their relationship will be tested harder than ever. The Steve, Nancy, Jonathan love triangle.
Stay with me, Nancy!
The complicated dynamic between Steve, Nancy, and Jonathan resurfaced in Season 4 in a major way. With Steve showing clear signs that he still loves Nancy, and Nancy rediscovering the courageous, mature version of Steve she once fell for, the triangle reopened old feelings that were never truly resolved.
That sounds nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jonathan wrestled with insecurity, fear, and emotional distance while hiding the truth about college from Nancy. With all three characters now back in Hawkins, the tension between them will inevitably come to a boiling point in Season 5. Their relationships won't just affect each other. They may impact group leadership and decision-making in the final battle.
For now, I'm just glad you're safe.
Will's feelings for Mike. One of the most heartbreaking moments in Season 4 was Will's emotional confession disguised as encouragement for Mike. It became clear that Will is in love with his best friend, a truth he has been hiding for years out of fear of rejection and fragility within the group. His pain was palpable, especially knowing that he cannot express how he truly feels. This unresolved emotional storyline adds new layers to Will's arc. Season 5 will certainly push this dynamic to the forefront as Will's emotional state and psychic vulnerability converge in dangerous ways. All the main characters are back in Hawkins. For the first time since Season 2, every major character has returned to Hawkins. The Russian crew, the California crew, and the original Hawkins team are now united in the same location. This alone changes the momentum of the story, giving Season 5 a single, cohesive narrative. No more scattered plot lines, no more characters learning things too late. Everyone begins the final season on the same page, in the same war zone, facing the same immediate threat. The story is now smaller geographically, but far bigger in scale. U.S. military involvement. During Season 4, the U.S. military became convinced that 11 was responsible for the psychic attacks across Hawkins. They feared her powers, saw her as a weapon, and were willing to kill her to stop what they believed was a national threat. With Hawkins now physically merging with the Upside Down, the military will have no choice but to intervene. But their involvement doesn't guarantee help. If anything, they may become an obstacle, hunting for 11. 11's powers are back. After losing her abilities at the end of Season 3, 11's journey in Season 4 was defined by rediscovery, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Through painful memories and traumatic reconnections with her past, she regained her powers and even strengthened them. She can now enter minds with more precision, push her telekinesis further, and access psychic realms in ways she couldn't before. But even with her restored strength, she couldn't defeat Vecna. Her powers are back, but Season 5 will test them and her heart like never before. Max is messed up.
Belong here with me.
Max Mayfield experienced the darkest fate of any main character in Season 4. After being targeted by Vecna and reliving her deepest traumas, she ultimately fell victim to his curse. Her limbs were broken, her heart briefly stopped, and her consciousness disappeared entirely when 11 tried to find her in the void. 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 11 Max is alive but empty, her mind lost somewhere within Vecna's psychic world. Her condition isn't just tragic. It's a direct thread connecting Vecna's survival to the final season. Callie's group is still out there.
Sister. Sister.
Season 2 introduced Callie, also known as 8, along with her group of renegade-powered individuals. While the show moved away from this storyline in later seasons, it has never been officially closed. These characters are still out in the world, connected to the same experiments that created Eleven and Vecna. If the final season becomes a war between psychic forces, it would make perfect sense for Callie's group, or at least the concept of the other numbers, to return. Ignoring this thread entirely would leave one of the show's biggest mysteries unresolved.
This butterfly, it isn't real. I've just convinced your mind it is.
Will's psychic link to Vecna. Will Byers has always been connected to the Upside Down in ways no other character is. His possession by the Mind Flayer left a permanent imprint on him, and his ability to sense Vecna's presence proves that connection remains alive. In the Season 4 finale, Will's neck tingled as he sensed Vecna, just like during his Season 2 possession. With the barriers between worlds collapsing, Will's link to Vecna is growing stronger. This makes him both the group's biggest vulnerability and potentially their greatest weapon. Eddie's name has not been cleared. Eddie Munson died a hero, sacrificing himself to buy his friends the time they needed to execute their plan. But Hawkins still believes he was responsible for the murders that Vecna committed. The town sees him as a satanic cult leader and a murderer, despite the truth being far more tragic. His death left emotional scars on Dustin and the rest of the group, and his name becoming synonymous with evil is a wound that Season 5 may finally address. Eddie deserves justice, and the town deserves the truth.
Really know him? Because they would have loved him.
The Russian Connection.
Oh my God.
Russia played a major role in Seasons 3 and 4, from the secret underground base to the prison experiments involving live Demogorgons and fragments of the Mind Flayer. Their research suggests they understand far more about the Upside Down than the U.S. ever did. Whether they return directly or their discoveries become relevant, the Russian storyline still has unresolved threads that could significantly impact Season 5, especially if their experiments accidentally strengthened Vecna.
What the hell are they doing?
The origins of the Upside Down. One of the biggest unanswered mysteries in the series is the true nature of the Upside Down. Season 4 revealed that Henry, once banished, shaped much of its environment, but the dimension existed long before he arrived. The frozen clock at 1983, the biomechanical landscape, the hive mind behavior, none of it has been fully explained. Season 5 promises answers, and this mystery will likely tie into the final battle and Vecna's true purpose. Steve was bitten. Steve Harrington's Demo Bat bite in Season 4 seemed minor at first, but Stranger Things doesn't include details without intention. The wound lingered and was never fully resolved, leaving fans to wonder whether the bite could lead to infection, psychic influence, or some kind of transformation. Steve has been called the babysitter of the group, but Season 5 may put him in danger in ways no one expects. Vecna is still alive. Despite being burned, blasted, and seemingly defeated, Vecna did not die. His body vanished before the group could confirm his death, and the catastrophic merging of Hawkins with the Upside Down only proves that his plan succeeded. Vecna is regrouping, rebuilding, and preparing his final move. Season 4 was merely the beginning of his rise to power. Season 5 will be his attempt to reshape the world entirely. Hawkins has been invaded. The final moments of Season 4 show Hawkins collapsing as the Upside Down breaches through. Ash falls from the sky, plants rot instantly, and the town begins to transform into an apocalyptic wasteland. The invasion has begun. Hawkins is no longer a victim. It is now the front line of war. The characters won't be running or hiding anymore. They'll be fighting for their home in the most devastating circumstance the show has ever seen. Vecna wants Will Byers.
You are going to help me.
The Season 5 teaser confirms what many fans suspected. Vecna has unfinished business with Will. From the moment Will was taken in Season 1, Vecna has been connected to him, watching him, influencing him, and using him. Now, with the worlds merging and Vecna regaining strength, he is turning his attention back to Will. Whether he wants to use him, possess him, or destroy him, one thing is clear. The final battle of Stranger Things began with Will Byers, and it will likely end with him.
One last time.
And those are the 20 essential things you need to remember before diving into Stranger Things 5. Every detail, every mystery, every emotional storyline we just covered plays a direct role in the explosive final chapter. Hawkins has fallen, Vecna is rising, and the characters we've grown up with are about to face the darkest fight of their lives. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.